Hey guys, it's RockTheJake, and welcome to the top 10 games of 2016.
Number 10.
Pokemon Go. The reason that this one is so low on the list is because technically it's really still an incomplete, unfinished game. But I mean, it was such a global phenomenon in the summer of 2016, and like a lot of people still play it a lot. It's got evolving mechanics that usually get implemented for the better, and I look forward to seeing where it goes in 2017.
Number 9.
Kirby Planet Robobot. I love the Kirby games, and even though this one is mostly built off the same engine and assets as the previous Kirby games on both the 3DS and the Nintendo Wii, it still looks really good. The gameplay is solid. The addition of the robots and the way that they can copy abilities as well is super fun, and the climax just goes full anime. It's so fun. It is a ridiculously good time, and everybody watching this should go play it as soon as possible.
Number 8.
Unravel. The game feels like a spiritual successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn because of the aesthetic and the cute look of the character, but it also implements a realistic look in the environment and the objects and the way things are presented. While parts of the game do drag and some of the puzzles are a little too tough, it's still a really enjoyable time, and it's very relaxing to play as well.
Number 7.
Grow Up. With the surprise hit that Grow Home was, I'm really glad that we got such a great sequel very soon after that. You have a whole planet to explore, you have new game mechanics, and you also have a little bit more of a touching story that just gives you enough motivation to continue on. It's a fantastic game that I don't think enough people are talking about, so go check it out.
Number 6.
Firewatch. This is the game that sort of got me back into walking simulators, which I don't really like that name, but it's hard to come up with something different that everybody can stick with. Nonetheless, I really enjoy the story, the voice acting is phenomenally good, and there's parts near the end that actually legitimately had me scared because I didn't know what was going on, and I love that in a story in this style. Plus the visuals in the game are gorgeous and the music is extremely good. I highly recommend it.
Number 5.
That Dragon Cancer. This might be one of the most important games that came out in 2016 because it really speaks on so many different volumes of importance. The importance of game developers telling true stories, the importance of fans and audiences being willing to listen to those stories, and also just a push forward in what can be achieved in narrative story design for video games. This is a game that so many people should see that'll help them grow and mature.
Number 4.
Inside. Speaking of maturing, Playdead's follow-up to Limbo is a lot more mature, but also very nuanced. The grayscale combined with some very minimalistic colors really works throughout the game, and the gameplay itself changes up ever so slightly throughout the whole experience to keep things fresh and innovative. This is an incredibly great follow-up to a game, and it was well worth the wait.
Number 3.
Overwatch. So many people have said so many good things about this game that if I said anything else, it would be kind of redundant. So I'll just say that every time I get on to play the game, it's always so much fun. Yeah, there's a little bit of frustration given some teammates and some game modes and this and that, but it just feels alive and it feels so much fun. This might be one of the best first-person shooters to come out in a long time, to be honest.
Number 2.
The Last Guardian. For a game that's been in development for almost 9 years, it's amazing how well this game came out. This is another beautiful piece of art that came out of Team Ico, and it just solidifies their station in the video game industry for creating beautiful masterpieces of game work that also represent artistic integrity. The animal Trico is an astonishing feat in AI to make it seem realistic, and the visuals throughout the game as well as the music are beautiful. This is a fantastic game, and anybody who has a PS4 or even a PS4 Pro needs to get this game. It is a staple of the library. And now for some honorable mentions. Star Fox Zero. Even though it's not a perfect sequel and reboot of the series, it's still really fun, and even though some of the gimmicks kind of weigh it down, I really enjoyed my time with it throughout. Uncharted 4. The story and the characters are just absolutely great in this game, but the gameplay feels sort of tired at this point and very samey, and it didn't really do anything to innovate on that, I feel, besides the grapple. Abzu. The game is very beautiful to watch and play, and the story throughout is fairly interesting, but at the same time a lot of it feels very samey to Journey, especially because some of the people who worked on that game also worked on this. Nonetheless, it's still a very fun game. Alto's Adventure. This game actually didn't come out in 2016, but I only learned about it this past year, and I've played it so much. I actually made a review about it that you can go check out. It's a wonderful endless snowboarder with a great visual style and great music. No Man's Sky. The reason that this is an honorable mention is because it's also not a finished game like Pokemon Go, but it's also because of a lot of the controversy that happened and because of how slow they've been to sort of implement things up until this point. But nonetheless, I really look forward to seeing how this game evolves in 2017. Far Cry Primal. I really appreciate the different direction Ubisoft took with this game to go all the way back to like caveman times and to have a more close combat centric fighting system. But it does feel kind of samey to some of the other Far Cry games, and I feel like even with what it doesn't innovate enough. But it's still a really fun game.
Number 1.
Owlboy. This game easily became my top game of 2016 ever since I first started playing it. The graphics are beautiful, the music is amazing, the story really tugs at your heartstrings, and the characters are just so wonderfully fleshed out and interact with each other so well, both in story and in gameplay. This game is easily the best game of 2016 in my opinion, and it's much more widely available now that it's also on Mac and Linux as well as PC. You should definitely go get it and play it, because it is so worth your time. Thank you so much for watching my top 10 games list. If you like it, share it around and comment below to tell me what some of your favorite games from last year were. Check out my channel for more fun videos, and have a great day.